He chose me to go and receive and not cry out, to search and to heal, and teach his will to repent, teach him not to sin. He chose me, he chose me, yes he did, yes he did. Seeking and reaching and teaching, teach elevation, no seeking. I remember when
all right, let me answer this one here. It says, do you use the book of Enoch? No. According to the book of Azazel, taught woman the art of using makeup. Okay. No. All right, let's go to it. I'll show you why. Let me take off stuff. There you go. Pull the precept. Isaiah 34:16. Do we use the book of Enoch? No, I'll show you why. I'll give you some precepts too, to understand why we don't use that thing.
Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
The book of the Lord and read is the Bible. Now, there's another question in here talking about the Apocrypha. I'll explain to you. Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. Well, you might say, well, the book of Enoch is the book of the Lord too, because it's mentioned in the Bible, right? Read on.
No one of these shall fail.
None of the prophecies shall fail. They all gonna come to pass. We see it happening right in front of our face. Read on.
None shall want her mate.
You can't match this thing with no other book. No Quran, no Confucius, no Joel Osteen, no T.D. Jakes. None of that. Oprah Book Club, none of that. Read on.
For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered.
So he's telling you it's my mouth that had commanded it. I spoke to all the prophets. All the prophets wrote my words down in the book of the Lord. And it says, and his spirit, it hath gathered them. Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezekiel, the 5 books of Moses, the Gospels, the wisdom, Job, all of that. Read verse 17. We don't read verse 17.
Verse 17. And he hath cast the lot for them.
He did what?
Cast the lot for them.
What does lot, casting a lot, who knows what casting a lot means in here? I mean, if you read the curses, you should know what casting a lot means. Yeshua Judah, what does that mean?
Put a price on somebody.
Put a price on somebody, right. Exactly right. So it says, and he hath cast lot for them. Read on.
And his hand hath divided it unto them by line.
By line. So it's cast lot. Let's see, they're going into captivity. These are faithless people. All right, I remember that. So I'll give them books of prophecy. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and they're going to have to believe on this through faith. The book of wars. They're going to be in the land of their enemies in the most powerful war country on earth. Do they need a book of the wars? Nah, don't put that in there. Nah, don't need that. Ain't no power, no might in their hand. I already said that in the curses, right? So they don't need the book of the wars. The book of Nathan the seer. Do they need that? Nah, not really. He was talking to David a lot of the times. They can do without that there. Okay, line by line. So we go line by line. Let's put this here. Let's put that there. Let's put this here. You know what? Throw the Apocrypha in there too. Because I want them to know who the Gentiles are in the New Testament. Because they're going where we got a person that is wiser than Daniel. Dang. Words are smoother than butter. You'd be all confused listening to that white man. Put the Apocrypha in there too. So it says that he hath cast lot for them, and his hand divided unto them by line. Read on.
They shall possess it forever.
Everywhere they go, they're going to have this book of the Lord that my spirit is gathering. The Greek captivity, the Roman captivity, Babylon captivity, British, America, wherever they go, I'm going to get this book in front of them because I've called the end from the beginning. And I should do all my counsel. It's nothing that can stop the Lord from kingdom from coming. No matter how much Trump want to ban Muslims, not going to stop it at all. It's going to come to pass. Read on.
From generation to generation shall they dwell therein.
They're always supposed to be in this book, dwelling in the Bible. So So let's go. So let's do some little matching of history, right? Because we know that you can look up, you can see different versions of the Bible, different the Bishop's Bible and Geneva Bible and the what was that one that the Greek, the Septuagint, right? But we reading what the KJV, right? The King James, right? What's that? Where's the precept for that? Proverbs what? 21, right? Let's get it. Proverbs 21. I think it is. Is that what I want? Yeah. Proverbs 21 and 1.
Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
The who?
The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
We reading out of what Bible right now, brothers? King James Bible. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. His mind. Read on.
As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
So God put the spirit on King James right before we got here in captivity. We got here in captivity what year, brothers? What year that is known majority in schools? Sorry, but Naeem. 1619 is the majority year that all of us got here. Some of us got here before that, Jamestown, indentured service, they turned us into slaves. But the majority of us start coming 1619, right? When was this Bible being put together? Brother Lucius.
1611.
1611. That a kawinky dink. That God would be putting the spirit on King James in 1604 is when it started, and it was finished in 1611, right before his people was transferred from one side of the earth to the other. And this king that was putting it together, the Lord is maneuvering him. I know they're going to ask about the book of Enoch, because I'm going to put the book of Jude in there that talks about him. But I'm going to go ahead and let them know that I turn your heart wherever it goes. Don't put it in there. Don't put the book of Nathan, don't put the book of Wars, don't put the book of Jasher in there. No. They don't need to know none of that where they going. They need to have some faith, because these is a faithless people. The same way when we was in Jerusalem, what did they kept telling Jesus? Show us a what? Sign. Revelation 14 and 12 real quick. It's on the back of our shirts. Read that. Got something else? Yeah. All right. Read after this. So we read it. He's turning King James wherever he was. 1604, 1611, it was published, the Apocrypha was put in there, 1619. We come here in masses. Read that in Revelation 22:14.
You said 14 to 12.
14 to 12, that's what I want.
Revelation chapter 14 and verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus.
And the what?
And the faith of Jesus.
That's what God wants you to do. Keep commandments and the faith of Jesus. Because we have always been a faithless people. Show us a sign that thou art from God. Nah. I showed you signs and you Negroes was still wicked. Now you're just going to have to believe on the book that I gave you. Not nothing else. Brother Hales.
King James was an Israelite, and all those other books that was made, it was made by our enemies. They struggled to us not to trust our enemies.
Excellent point. King James was an Israelite. He was the last black king to rule over Scotland and England. And all the Edomite people that had now conquered Constantinople, took back over Spain, all of that was all coming together to take him down. Lord said, before he go, let me do this real quick. Boom. Because I'm going to speak to my people in any language, no matter where they go. That's why I said they're going to possess it forever and ever. Because it goes into talking about makeup. And we'll answer that question here in a second about makeup. Go ahead, officer.
Yeah, let me get two precepts. Let me get Ecclesiastes 12. Ecclesiastes 12. Because there's a book out there for every situation. You want to learn anything, it's a book out there. But watch what the wisest man on earth said, though. Ecclesiastes 12.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 12. Yeah. 12, right?
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books.
So King Solomon said, be aware of making many books. We know.
There is no end.
There's no end to the books.
And much study is a weariness of the flesh.
We know.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
So the conclusion of our lives, we know.
Fear God and keep His commandments.
Now watch this. Go to Sirach chapter 19 and verse 19. The conclusion of the whole matter: fear God, keeps God's commandments. Be, what did it say? Be aware of the making of many books. There's no end. Because brothers up here, you got brothers up there that have read the book of Enoch. And it's missing one thing. Read this.
Sirach chapter 19 and verse 19.
Read.
The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord.
Read it again.
The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life.
It's missing the doctrine of life. And because it's missing the doctrine of life, it ain't of God. Read it again.
Sirach 19 and verse 19. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life.
You're not going to read in the book of Enoch how to get off drugs. You're not going to read in the book of Enoch how to keep the Sabbath day. You ain't going to read that. Read on.
And they that do things that please Him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
So the only book, I mean, only been in this for a while. The only book that I've seen so far is the King James Version Bible.
Right.
That's it.
Right. So, go ahead.
And also, I already read the book of Enoch, and there's no commandments in there. There's no laws, no nothing.
The first chapter.
It's just a bunch of foolishness. All right? And everything that you need, we just read it in Isaiah, He gathered it. He gave you everything you need right here, right up.
You need, because in Revelation, the end, you can't get no more end than Revelation, right?
Exactly.
It said, here are those that keep the commandments of God and faith in Christ. The Bible has what in it? Commandments of God, and talks about faith of Christ. So you got both things you need to get into the kingdom of heaven. You don't need the book of Enoch. You don't need the book of Jasher. You don't need the book of Wars. No, spiritual, faith. So when it comes into wearing makeup, because I know some of y'all might be confused, can I look pretty? What's that thing? 7-Day Adventist? Or is it Jehovah's Witness? Which one is it? Which man-made white man religion is it? Both of them. So you can't be pretty. You got to be ancient mama. Yes. You got to be tender-eyed. Well, let's see. So is it okay to wear makeup? What I'll do here is I'm gonna give you some scriptures on your phone. We read it all the time, brothers. What scriptures would I give a sister that wants to know about looking beautiful? What scripture would you give her? Is it okay to? Because I read some places that it says don't do this. So what scriptures would I go? Okay, we got one. Gerald had 4,000.
I think Isaiah 3.
Isaiah 3. Okay, that's one. Okay. Would you start out with that first?
That's the second one.
Okay, that's the second one. Brother Razis.
Ezekiel chapter 16, starting at 10.
Okay, let's go there. Let's go there.
Ezekiel.
So, Brother Razis, what is Ezekiel 16 and 10? What's it going to show us for a sister that's got a question about makeup? What's it going to show us?
Well, it's talking about how they can get dolled up and it's beautiful and
Okay.
pretty.
Okay. Okay, that's right. Now, what does it say? Jeremiah 6 and 2, right? That says the Lord he sees Israel as a beautiful. Read that real quick. You ain't got to go to it. Ezekiel 6 and 2, real quick, to show you how God sees us as a nation.
Ezekiel chapter 6.
No, Jeremiah. Jeremiah 6 and 2.
Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
So when he sees us as a nation, he sees us as a beautiful woman. All right? A beautiful woman. That's why we are the bride that is ordained for Christ. That's the nation of Israel it's talking about. So go back to Ezekiel 16 and 10. So now, we'll read this. Go ahead, Ezekiel 16 and 10.
Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 10. I clothe thee also with broidered work, and shoe thee with badger skin.
Shod thee with badger skin.
And shod thee with badger skin. And I girded thee about with fine linen, and I covered thee with silk.
So there's nothing wrong with putting on nice fancy clothes. Read on.
I decked thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thine hands.
So there's nothing wrong with wearing jewelry. Read on.
And a chain on thy neck.
That's why black and Hispanic men love to wear a gold chain around their neck. It's in your spirit. Read on.
And I put a jewel on thy forehead.
That's the headbands with jewels in them. Read on.
And earrings in thine ears.
Wrong with wearing earrings.
And a beautiful crown upon thine head. Thus was thou decked with gold and silver.
Put around bad. We was walking out. What's that? What was that movie? No, the movie where the dude come up out of jail and he walked down the steps like a.
I'm gonna get you sucker.
Yeah, he walk go get you sucker. Where he walk out of prison with the old meat coat. He walked down the steps with the fish in his shoe. Yeah. He said that was decked with gold and silver. We was walking around looking bad. Read on.
And thy raiment was of the fine linen. Was of fine linen and silk.
So that silk, you thought of the Asians? No, that belongs to us. They copied us. It's gonna show you. Read on.
Embroidered work. Thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil, and thou wast exceeding beautiful. And thou didst prosper into a kingdom.
Let's get the video real quick right here. Let's show you how we used to walk around Jerusalem. Let that thing play.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yo, check out homeboy. Say Dominic's brother out there, huh?
Look at the fish in his shoes. Girl, he must be a rock star.
The brother's walking on an aquarium. Say, brother, do you get nosebleeds way up there?
Maybe it's his dinner.
No, man. Hey, homie, you expecting a flood?
Say, brother, you been shopping at the Goodwill?
The brother's an endangered species.
He looks like a clown. Where's the Mardi Gras?
How it started out is how we used to walk around Jerusalem. How it ended is when we try to go after the other nations. But this is how it is right here. With a dynamite. Yeah, all right. So let's read that thing again, verse 13.
Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 13. Thus was thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen and silk, embroidered work. Thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil, and thou was exceeding beautiful.
We was what?
Exceeding beautiful.
We have always been an exceeding beautiful people.
That's right.
Exceeding beautiful, so much that they had to destroy that image so you wouldn't see yourself as that anymore. Made you envy them. Read on.
And thou didst prosper into a kingdom, and thy renown,
your fame,
went forth among the heathen.
That's why I said we read back here about silk and fine linen. Moab and Adam, Chinese and Asians, they got hold of it. They said, they wearing silk now too? Dang! It went renowned among the heathen. Read on.
For thy beauty, for it was perfect through my comeliness, which I had put upon thee, saith the Lord God.
Now read the next verse.
But thou didst turn in thine own beauty.
Again.
But thou didst trust in thine own beauty.
You said I look better in apple bottom jeans. You said I look better sagging my pants. You said I look better with a baby wife beater on that.
Right.
Showing my chest. If you watch the video, you know what I'm talking about. We trusted in our own beauty. Read on.
And platest the harlot.
Whatever came out, we took it. New style, oh, we got it. I'll take it. Whatever it is. Read on.
Because of thy renown, and pourest out thy fornication on everyone that passed by. His it was.
Whatever came along, whatever trend came along, you accepted it. Skinny jeans came along, you accepted it. You played the whore. You don't turn away nothing. So, nothing wrong with looking beautiful. Go to 1 Peter now, because this is probably what a lot of people pull. 1 Peter now, and then we'll go to the one about painting your face, about makeup. Well, 1 Peter 3, go straight to the point.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3. Whose adorning? Let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair, and of wearing of gold and or of putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which in the sight of God of great price.
So he's reminding them that don't let you all be about just here. What's that say? What what Christ told the Pharisees? He says, "You beautiful on the outside and full of dead man bones within." Nothing wrong with being beautiful, because we the Israelites, we made in the image of God. Nothing wrong with that. But when this becomes more important than what's on the inside, your soul, now God got a problem with you. Now we'll go where, Jeroham? Isaiah 3. Let's go there now and show you. This is why Peter is stating this in the New Testament. This is why Paul in 1 Timothy talked about not being worried about your hair and your gold platinum and all of this, because our women became vain. Go ahead and read that when you get it.
Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks.
They prideful. Can't tell them nothing. Read on.
And wanting eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts.
So, reading verse 16, God got a problem with them in verse 16. It's because of the way they acting, not what they got on. That's why they walk with stretched forth necks, wanton eyes, wink, walking and mincing as they go. It's about how they are, their spirit. Now, read verse 18.
Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 18. In that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their calls, and their round tires like the moon, the chains, and the bracelets, and the mufflers, and the bonnets, and the ornaments of the legs, and the headband, and the tablets, and the earrings, the rings, and nose jewels, and the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples.
This is all the stuff how women used to walk around dressed in, looking beautiful. Read on.
And the crispy pins, the glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods, and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink.
Why would it be instead of sweet smell, it's going to be stink? Because of what? What verse 16 say? They walked around prideful. So Peter's reminding them, coming back to God, don't let it be that again. That's what got you caught up and bald in the first place. God ain't playing with you. Don't forget. So there's nothing wrong with being beautiful as long as you humble in that same place. Brother Hales.
Jude 10 also?
Yeah, you got Jude 10. Let me see one.
Thou do here. Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting.
Now we say makeup, God says painting. Because that's basically what you're doing. You painting your face. Putting colors all over it, all that type of stuff. You do it to beautify yourself. Read from the top again.
Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 30. And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson.
When you destroy, spoil means destroy. Read on.
Though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold.
Though you walking around looking good. Read on.
Though thou rentest thy face with painting.
You got painting on your face. Read on.
In vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee. They will seek thy light.
Right. Is that it on that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the problem was not with being beautiful. It was about you being in the midst of sin. Now go to Sirach. Sirach. Y'all know what I want in Sirach?
Sirach chapter 36 and verse 22. The beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance.
The what?
The beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance.
It cheers somebody up. Read on. Who's it going to cheer up?
And a man loveth nothing better.
Man love it when you walk around looking beautiful.
That's right.
That's right.
Because can't nobody look like you. You put your head wrap on, your dresses, your fringes, you deck it out with some chains, some ornaments.
Hey, but all the nations want to look like us.
All the nations want to look like us.
That should tell y'all something.
Yeah.
All the nations want to look like you.
Yeah. Hey, who was that telling me about Moab got some kind of machine?
Yeah, to do the woolly hair.
Hold on, what is it? What did it do? See if you can find it.
Yeah, Moab has a machine now where they get the kinky hair now.
Hold on, what?
Not only do they have the tanning machine, but they also can make their hair kinky now.
So they don't have a machine to make their hair straight.
Right.
They ain't got no perms for that, right? They ain't trying to do that. They got a machine to try to look like them over here.
Right. Now,
sisters.
how many saw the video with them going to the club? All of them, they paint their body. They paint their body what color? They take that bronze tanning machine, and then they have these hip hop clubs over there, and they go on. You seen it?
Uriah, brother Uriah. You got a microphone? Somebody pass him a microphone back so I can hear him. Should be one in front of y'all in y'all seats, y'all. There we go. Oh, sure.
They're actually selling melanin now. It's like $300 and something a gram.
Wow.
A lot of IUIC, so they're injecting themselves with it.
Oh.
So like if you go down to South Beach and you see they have like this kind of brownish, leathery tan, they injecting it. So
I can believe that because they've been shooting themselves up with Botox for years.
Well, I got a question. Where they getting that melanin from?
Right.
Where they getting that melanin from, though?
That's crazy.
Killing Jake melanin.
So there's nothing wrong with being beautiful. You just got to make sure that that don't become your only focus. Brother Lucius.
I just wanted to go off the power of a woman actually, and like when she getting beautiful as she has in 1 Ezra 4:20, it tells you like when a woman gets jazzed up, how a man want to leave his home and all
Let's
that
go
stuff.
to it. Let's go to it.
Leave his marriage.
wits.
Let's go to it.
One of his wits.
Let's see.
Rob and steal.
This is why he was considered wise of all, Zerubbabel. 1 Ezra 4. Oh, I'm in second. Yeah, 1 Ezra 4. Let me know when New York is on, y'all. All right, verse 20. Read that.
1 Ezra chapter 4 and verse 20. A man leaveth his own father that brought him up, and his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father, nor mother, nor country. By this also ye must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil, and give and bring all to the woman? Yea, a man taketh his sword, and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion, and goeth in the darkness. And when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth into his love.
That's right.
Read on.
Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women.
Stop right there. I want you to, everything that he read before that is a crazy Negro.
That's right.
Went out there battling lions, robbing and stealing with the sword. That's somebody who's caught up.
Read verse 18. Verse 18.
1 Ezra chapter 4 and verse 18. Yea, and if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, Do they not love a woman which is comely?
Which is what?
Which is comely and favor and beauty?
And beauty. That's our foremothers. That's our sisters here nowadays.
Yeah. Read verse 26 again.
First Ezra chapter 4 and verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women.
Crazy. Left the truth because they wife don't want to put on a dress. Read on.
And become servants for their sakes.
Sad. Very, very sad. Read on.
Many also have perished, have erred in sin for women.
So, brothers, although you got beautiful women in here, with all the things that the Lord gave them to beautify themselves, they natural woolly hair, all of that, better check yourself.
They ain't keeping the commandments.
Make sure that that ain't all that you with them for, because they're going to get old one day. Crazy. Still be beautiful, but they might not look how they was when you met them at 22. So it's going to be more than just physical that's going to keep you together. It's going to be these commandments of God and your spirit being joined together.
That's right.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.